This week, Disclosure Day is released in cinemas, and in honour of this, I'm going to be looking at my favourite Steven Spielberg films. Stick around to see if your favourite makes it onto my top 5. Hello there, and welcome back to the Midland Earth channel. It's been a long time since I've done one of these top 5s, so I'm super excited. And this week I'm going to be talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Steven Spielberg movies. Super excited about this because he's one of my favourite directors of all time. If you're new to the channel, I am Matt Riley, and this is my top 5, and I will be counting down from 5 to 1 my favourite Spielberg films and talking about what I love about them and why they are in the position that they're in and why maybe certain other ones weren't included. I've not seen all Spielberg films, so this isn't like a conclusive best of his ever because I haven't seen all of his films. I've not seen Disclosure Day yet, so that's not included in this, but yeah, this is just my own personal favourites. So let's get started, shall we? I have got at number 5, introduction to one of the most, how would I say, arguably one of the most famous action heroes of all time, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is at 5, I would say, because it's just like, I think this is like Steven Spielberg's love letter to kind of adventure. Like, you know, those kind of like Lawrence of Arabia-y type big, grand, like vistas and like action and adventure and like kind of pulpy kind of stories and storytelling. I think this film also showed that Harrison Ford could be like a star without Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like he kind of is leading the show, so it kind of showed his star power. I think got awesome score by John Williams. Obviously, is the nobody can hear that theme without knowing like what character it is attached to. I would say like the majority of like society knows that theme. It's got some incredible action. Obviously, the opening with the boulder and the little putting the thing, trying to swap it out for like a sandbag kind of thing. All the little like trips and stuff and. Obviously, this is in the introduction of Marion as well, who Indiana Jones eventually marries and like has a child with and stuff. So it's in the introduction of her character. I think it was kind of Spielberg's kind of first proper all-out kind of action movie as well, which I think he got known for like moving forward after that. Because obviously after that there was like Jurassic Park and there was more Indiana Joneses and there was like Minority Report and lots of action after that. But I think this kind of showed that he could do more than kind of dramas, you know what I mean? It's also got that the famous what do you call it? Kind of like not a shootout, but he does shoot. But obviously, like that duel with that guy with the sword, was like, and he just and just like shoots him. That's amazing. That's so funny. But yeah, it's awesome. I love that bit. But there's so many good little nuggets in this film. I really enjoy it. Great introduction to the character that would obviously become beloved moving forward. Yeah, awesome music, awesome action, great directing. There is the funny thing where people say, if Indiana Jones wasn't in this story, things would happen exactly the same. Which is hilarious. I mean, it's just fun, isn't it? It's just it's a good introduction to my top 5, I think, because it's great action. It's just a fun time at the cinema. Blockbuster. It's just kind of what Spielberg's he was known for a long time. It's kind of gone more down the historical kind of route recently, but obviously Disclosure Day is a big depart. It's like whipping all the way back to kind of what he did with like E.T. and things like that. So it's a bit of a while since he's done like science fiction, hasn't it? Kind of. Well, no, it hasn't, but like specifically alien science fiction. So looking forward to that. And I love Indiana Jones, and that was why it was at my number 5. Next, one of the best, I would say, in my opinion, family films, definitely that Spielberg's done, but like in general, is Hook. Love Hook. Absolute like crowd pleaser. Great family film, awesome cast. I love this film. I love it. Yeah, I think I loved it as a kid because of like the action and like the fantasy, and it's Peter Pan, but it's like not Peter Pan, and like it was kind of, I loved it for what it was. But now I think as an adult, I appreciate this film differently because obviously it's about Peter like rediscovering his inner child. You know what I mean? And that like it's okay to be fun as a parent. You know what I mean? And like kind of, I think that it kind of affects me differently watching it now. Like you get different things from it, like you do, like people do with all cinema. But yeah, I think I love it. I kind of love it more now than I did when I was a kid. I think for those reasons, for like the messages that you wouldn't really get if you were a kid watching it. But yeah, I really love that. There's some really lovely like tender scenes in it as well. You know, like when Peter first goes back to Neverland and all the Lost Boys are kind of like, that's not Peter Pan, and like they can't tell it's him, and he's like, ugh, he's got all old and stuff, and then like they all like back away from him, and that one little Lost Boy is kind of like, and he like walks up to him and he's all like touching his face and like looking in his eyes and stuff, and he's kind of like, there you are, Peter. Like I love that bit. It's lovely. Like it's so like sweet and like, and then they all come rushing to him and they're like, yeah. It's like, oh, it's like I love it. It's so like joyous, that film. Obviously, it does have its sad moments, like when Rufio dies, and like when he first gets there and he can't get to his kids and stuff because he's like scared of heights and things. And that's really like, oh god. Like obviously, it plays on that parental thing of, oh, you want to do anything for your kids, but like, can you get past your own kind of, I don't know, traumas and issues to like do anything for them? You know what I mean? I really enjoyed that. And Dustin Hoffman is my favourite Captain Hook. He's so funny in this film. I love it. He's like just got that right mix of like what am I thinking? It's like lovable but like maniacal. You know what I mean? Like he's a lovable like villain, isn't he? I was like so stupid and silly, and I love the thing where he's like suicidal, but it's like he like relies on Smee to like stop him going over the edge. You know what I mean? When he has that gun.
Don't try to stop me, Smee.
I'm not again.
This is it. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee. Try to stop me. Smee, you better get up off your ass. Get over here, Smee.
I'm coming. Smee!
This is not a joke. I'm committing suicide.
Like it's so funny. I love it. And he's got it's just so like he like embraces the campness of like Captain Hook, like in such a cool way. I love it. And the outfits are like amazing, and his hook is like sinister but kind of cartoonish. Like I love, and the crocodile thing, because I think one of the things I love about this film is, or like films in general really, is when they take a character that you know, but they like evolve them into something different, but they like make them kind of, it's kind of like a character piece kind of thing, because it's him like analysing and getting to know himself again. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. I really love it, because obviously he's not just Peter Pan now. He's like a dad, and he's like a husband, and he's like the boss of like a big company or something. So he's like an authority figure, and like how all those things have kind of chipped away at his like kind of who he is at his core kind of thing. And I love at the end that it's just about him embracing who he really is kind of thing. I love that, and that he's Peter Pan. He's the Pan. You know what I mean? And I love that it's just about, I don't know, family as well at the end of the day. Like it's a really lovely like ode to family and embracing who you are and your inner child, and I just really love that. I love that film. I love that idea of it. And it kind of feels Christmassy as well, even though it's not. Like we tend to watch it as a family, like kind of around Christmas. I don't know why. I mean, like obviously it's got like the winter set in, and it's kind of magical, and like Neverland is really colourful and bright, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's really a good. We love it like Christmas. We love it. But yeah, that is my number 4, Hook. Oh, and it's all, I can't not talk about it without Robin Williams. I love him. It's probably one of my favourite Robin Williams performances. Like, I probably hold it even higher up now because obviously he's not with us anymore. Like, sadly, Like, that was one of the first like celebrity deaths that really like shook me to my core when he died. God, took one out of me that did when I heard that news. Flipping heck, I thought it was a joke. Like, I was like, "You heard as well?" Like, it like affected me a lot because he's like a massive part of my childhood, and a lot of it's due to this film. So yeah, Hook, number 4. Now it's time for something completely different. Brutal, this film, brutal, devastating. Saving Private Ryan. Whew. This movie, holy moly. But yeah, I think this Saving Private Ryan is probably, because I think, what was it when this came out? Probably what, like, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that? Maybe a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger, I don't know. But I think this was one of the first like historical kind of, it's not based on like actual events, I don't think. Like, the plot of it and like obviously the setting is probably one of the first times I actually like thought about, oh god, if stuff like this actually happened, like, can you imagine being involved in like a world war? Like, it's the brutality of it and the flipping, how terrifying it must be to have to go and fight for your country, you know what I mean? Like, and how many people just did not come back. And I think that beach scene in the start, flipping heck, there's nothing more brutal like in cinema than that opening. Flipping heck, there's like people walking around like looking for their arms. There's people screaming on the floor with the guts all hanging out. Like, flipping heck, it's like I don't even know what to say. It's like a flipping, yeah. It's just, it really brings to life like the history books. You know what I mean? Like the pictures that you see and the stories that you hear from like grandparents and people that were around that time. Just shows the true brutality of war. Like, there's some really incredible performances in this film as well. You've got a ridiculous cast. Even back then, like when obviously it was Steven Spielberg, but like he never really. I don't think he went after like huge casts, but this just naturally just has an insane cast. You've got Matt Damon, Tom Hanks, Vin Diesel, Tom Sizemore, Bryan Cranston's in it, Paul Giamatti's in it. Nathan Fillion shows up in it. Ted Danson, Giovanni Ribisi, Andrew Scott has like a random, before he was Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott was in it. Dennis Farina. Like, there's so many like great performances in this, and some really really heartbreaking scenes as well. I remember one that always sticks in my head is when I think he plays like a medic or something. Giovanni Ribisi gets like, I think he gets shot in like his gut or something, or somewhere that's like fatal. And they're just, I think he's in a church as well. They're just lying down and he's like really starting to like panic and freak out, and you can see him going pale and like he starts calling out for his mum and stuff. It's just so like heartbreaking. He's like trembling and just stops you in your tracks. Some of these scenes in this film. It's just so like, and I also remember a much younger Vin Diesel in this as well when he his private Capazzo. I think he's trying to like save a little girl or something, because she's in like a bombed building, and like you see her like he sees her up there, and he goes to get her. I think he's trying to get her to safety or something, and then he gets like shot. I think it's like in the chest or something, and he goes down, and someone else grabs the girl and takes her away. But then they like can't get to him because if they went out, they also get shot, so they just have to like leave him there to die. It's like flipping out. It's just so many heartbreaking scenes, and obviously Tom Hanks at the end is Captain Miller kind of, does he sacrifice himself for Ryan? I can't remember. But he gets hurt, doesn't he? And then he eventually dies at the very, very end. So heartbreaking stuff, man. Heartbreaking. But yeah, like I said, I don't think a film's. I think this is probably one of his most affecting films for me, to be fair. Like on an emotional level, Saving Private Ryan. Because that's what he's good at. Spielberg's like great at, I think, just conveying like pure, like the human condition. You know what I mean? What it is to be like humanity and the things that we put each other through, and like what the horrors of war and conflict and what it does to people and what people have to do because of people. Like, it's terrifying. I don't think I'd ever survive if I got drafted into the army. I know that. Jeez. I'm lucky. I'm glad we don't have to do that now. But yeah, that is my number 3, Saving Private Ryan. Let's get into the nitty gritties now. Can you guess? Here's a clue. Ouch. It's, of course, E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. Love this movie! I've always loved this movie since I was a little kid. And I love it no more now. I can watch it with my kids. It's just the perfect family film, this is. I mean, I say that, but as a kid, how traumatised was you when E.T. was dying? My God, I think that was worse than. Oh, I don't know if it was worse than Mufasa, but it wasn't any better. Phew. Flipping out, just seeing this pale little alien like sat like by the river. Jesus Christ! Thought I was gonna like die of dehydration from like tears. Flipping out, man, it's traumatising. What are you doing to us, Steven? Been a poor little alien dying. Flipping heck. But there's some incredible performances by Henry Thomas and Drew Barrymore. Like as for like child actors, they were like brilliant in that film. And apparently, I heard recently that Steven Spielberg has been saying that Drew Barrymore used to talk to E.T. Like he used to talk to the actual animatronic like puppet thing between takes and stuff, and just like treat him like he was real. That's dead cute. But yeah, I love it. I love the way they bring him to life. I love like I said, the performances. I think I really kind of empathise with Elliot as a character as a kid as well, because he comes from like a broken family, obviously, where his dad's not around, and like my parents were like separated from like a very young age, so I kind of grew up with not no father figure, but like my dad wasn't around and stuff, so I kind of looked for connection, you know what I mean? That's other places. And I think obviously for Elliot it's E.T., and for me it was more like, I don't know, like my dog, you know what I mean? Like my dog Jack, I think he was just kind of my buddy, you know what I mean? Like not a sidekick, but like something that was other, you know what I mean? It wasn't a person, but it's kind of like someone that I could confide in, and they wouldn't kind of react back like a person, you know what I mean? I think that's kind of what's interesting about Elliot and E.T.'s connection, that like they can feel each other's feelings kind of thing, you know what I mean? You kind of, as with pets, you kind of anthropomorphise them, don't you? Just like think like, oh yeah, you understand and stuff, and I think that's kind of exemplified in E.T. and Elliot's kind of connection. It's that lonely kid trying to, because does he have any friends? He does have some friends, but like, yeah, he does, but you can kind of see that he's kind of missing something as a character, you know what I mean? Like he's longing for more of a connection. And it's just, yeah, I love that film. It's genuinely funny as well. Like, when Elliot's at school and E.T.'s just like toddling around and he finds that beer and he drinks it, and Elliot's like getting all drunk and stuff. And he like, what does he do? What happens when he bangs into the fridge? Because he bangs into the fridge and like falls over, doesn't he? And like, and like Elliot feels everything that he feels. It's so funny. And when he's hiding in the teddies as well, I love that bit. It's so funny. And then when Elliot has that like, is it Elliot or is it his brother, where they have that like axe hat thing and it sits on, and he's like, ouch, 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 it's not real, get off me. He's like, ouch. Like, there's so many like funny little creature bits in it that's so good. And it looks beautiful as well. Like obviously all the spaceship stuff at the end is amazing, and when he first finds E.T. in the little kind of, I don't know what it is, like a woodshed type thing, and it's all the lights like beaming out of it, and it's so like atmospheric and creepy and like spooky, but then it kind of turns into a lovely, it's not even like a creature feature, is it? It's kind of like a adventure, science fiction-y tale, you know what I mean? I love it. I love the sad happy ending, where it's kind of, oh yeah, he's going home, but oh, he's going home. I love that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the overarching messages, I suppose. It's kind of, what's the overarching message of E.T.? It's kind of, do you think it's kind of him like moving on as a person, like Elliot? It's kind of, maybe he kind of grows to kind of moving from childhood to like a teenage kind of age, do you think? Maybe that kind of like loss of innocence, kind of, and like understanding the world a bit more, possibly. I think I like that. That's a good little message. That is E.T. Love it. Love the music. Love how it looks. Love the character of E.T. Love Drew Barrymore's little girl character is adorable, and she's so like, I love that she kind of represents the childhood that kind of Elliot's kind of like leaving behind, you know what I mean? Where everything's all like, ah. And then he got his older brother, which is kind of like where he's heading, you know what I mean, which is interesting. But yeah, I love E.T. Kids love E.T. Everyone loves E.T. I love it. Finally, my last one. Can you guess? Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is yet? Jurassic Park. Yeah, I love Jurassic Park. It's got to be one of my, I would say, top 5? No, top 10. Top 10 movies of all time, I'd say. Yeah, top 10. In my top 10, Jurassic Park. Absolutely love it. Top to bottom. Perfect film. Amazing. Great intro. Great ending. Great characters. Great music. Great action. Great dialogue. Like, awesome. Made me want to be a paleontologist because they were the coolest people ever. Like, dig up dinosaurs and then just talk about dinosaurs all the time. Because at that point in my life, I was like obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid. So Jurassic Park was like the perfect movie. Scared the crap out of me as a kid. Obviously, as I got older, I was like, they're not real. It's fine. It's still awesome though. Has the very first computer-generated character in it with the flipping out. What's it called? It's not a flipping Diplodocus, is it? What is it? Something like that. But the big tall one. They're like, oh my god. That one out, yeah. Where they do the now called Steven Spielberg face, which I've only just discovered the other day is a thing, where they're kind of like Steven Spielberg face apparently. But yeah, that. God, it's got some iconic performances from people like Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum. I was getting mixed up. I want to say Richard Attenborough. Richard Attenborough, I'm sure it is. Awesome as John Hammond. Obviously, Jeff Goldblum's Ian Malcolm, and he does the now YouTube famous that laugh. It's been turned into like a song, which is amazing. But yeah, I love Ian Malcolm. He's an awesome character. The kids are awesome in it. Obviously, it's got some of those ridiculous set pieces in it, like the T-Rex escaping its thing and it smashes through the car, and we now all know that the kids did not expect that to happen, hence the fear on their faces. The velociraptors in the kitchen, I love that scene. What was this there? The guy, Nedry, something Nedry, when he gets attacked by the Dilophosaurus in the car. That's amazing. The velociraptors attacking the T-Rex at the end. The bit when I suppose that's like an extension of the T-Rex escaping bit, but with the car when it comes off the edge and they're like on that string and they have to try and like dodge it, and then they end up in the tree because Tim's still in the car as it fucking plummets down the flipping wall and they have to get him out of it. Amazing. God, what else is there? There's so many good bits. I love it. Amazing film. Great plot. I love that it kind of explores the whole idea of human beings messing with science and like what could happen if they do that, and like genes, and it's kind of ahead of its time because like it's kind of happening now, that kind of crap, you know what I mean, with like messing with science and the advancements of AI and all this kind of stuff, like ahead of its time. Obviously it's based on a book, but Spielberg like brought it to life in like incredible fashion. Awesome music, awesome use of tension and build like crescendo in the action up into like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like getting craziness now. But yeah, again, similar to Hook. Like obviously Spielberg uses children really as like the kind of like he puts them in peril quite a lot, but kind of uses them to keep the film like a kind of wonder in the films. You know what I mean? Like with Lex and Tim, where they kind of one of them's like amazed by the dinosaurs and the other one's kind of scared to start off with, but then they eventually both kind of come to like see the amazement and like, and then like they kind of win over what's his name? Flipping it was Alan Grant to like see the amazement in dinosaurs again. Because obviously he kind of gets his love of them kind of lessened by the experience of Jurassic Park. But then yeah, it's amazing. I love it. It just expanded my love of dinosaurs even more, and yet and again another one I love watching with my kids. It's a little bit scary for my daughter, my youngest one, but she still enjoyed it. She said she enjoyed it. So Spielberg at his peak, absolutely love it. Couldn't live without it. One of my top films of all time. Watch it again and again and again. It never gets boring. The CGI is held up like insanely well. Like, 'cause obviously that was one of the first films that used CGI, but like the splicing of computer animation and practical is awesome, especially with the velociraptors. Because the scene in the kitchen specifically, because there's a lot of animation in the kitchen, but then there's odd bits that are practical. Like, I think there's one bit where like its head comes through like that, and obviously that's kind of practical. But then the bits of them walking around are CGI, and like it's so seamlessly put together. It just makes it so much more like tense. And like I love it. And the bit with when it comes up to the door, when it breathes on the door, that's like obviously an actual tactile thing that you can touch and like you can see it's real. So it makes it that much more yeah, some of the later entries in Jurassic Park have kind of stepped away from that, and I think that's what's made them just not as good as the original. Yeah, I love it. That is my number one, Jurassic Park, and I don't know if Disclosure Day is going to knock that off, but apparently it's one of his best, so it could be on this top 5 if I ever do one again in the future, but we shall. Yeah, it's been my top 5 Steven Spielberg. Let me know if you've seen more than me, what you think are your top 5 Steven Spielberg. Let me know if you agree with any of my rankings, or where they are. Let me know if you also like the same ones as me. Let me know. Put your ranks down in the comments, and I'd love to see what your top 5 are. I'd love to know if you've seen Disclosure Day. No spoilers. I haven't seen it yet. Put your thoughts on Disclosure Day down there. Did you think it was one of his best in a long time? Do you think there's someone that aren't on here that should be on here of Steven Spielberg? Let me know, let me know. I've really enjoyed talking about Steven Spielberg. Like I said, he's one of my favourites of all time. Definitely one of the goats of the directing world. Next up, as The Mandalorian Grogu has come out, I'm going to be doing my top Star Wars films, so check that out. And me and Lewis and Tyler are going to see Disclosure Day soon. We will give you our out of the theatre reaction and spoiler review, so that'll probably be what comes up next. Keep an eye out, and as always, please like and subscribe and share, and we will hopefully talk to you soon here on the Midland Earth channel. See you soon.